This is a clip from the Chris Brake Show podcast. Okay, we're back on the Chris Brake Show, and it is now 2 a.m., and, well, you know what the story is. It's 2 a.m. I moved the entire podcast studio out to the garage here because I wanted to smoke cigarettes, and I can't smoke cigarettes in the house. So I moved it. We're all out in the studio now, or in the garage. You know what's happening. Okay, so we've got Papercut coming up, a roller girl from the Naptown, not Naptown Roller Girls, or maybe she is. I don't know. We didn't do a pre-interview, but it's just I, myself, I. So I and I don't know if that's how you use that, but okay. Let's see what happens. Hello? Oh, I forgot to plug in the... Hello. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
All right. I forgot to plug in the microphone. Hold on. Let me check your levels for a second. Just make noise or something so I can see what it looks like here. Yeah, it's pretty good. We now have Paris Papercut on the line to speak about, well, roller derby. But I don't even know the name of the team that you play for. Could you tell me?
Yes, it's in Columbus, Indiana, and they are called the Terrorz of Tiny Town Diesel Dollz.
The Terrorz of Titantown?
Terrorz of Tiny Town.
Tiny Towns.
It's like the main name, and then Diesel Dollz is like the first team. They're trying to make two teams, but they mostly go by the Diesel Dollz.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot, as much as there's unorganized teams, there's also, it's very organized, as unorganized as it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys part of the league? Like, what is it, the
WIFTA?
What is it? WIFTA?
WIFTA, WFTDA.
Yeah, that's it.
No, we're not a WIFTA, like an actual WIFTA team yet. Or I don't know if they're going to try and do it, because when you become a WIFTA team, you have to have a permanent, the same players you'll use in every game, where the Diesel Dollz, they like to switch it up, because we have a lot of freshies. And
so weren't you, can you tell people what exactly this roller derby thing is?
I can try. I'm not the best at explaining it. I mean, it's kind of confusing, but once you watch it, you kind of get a better idea.
Well, I mean, how long have you been doing it?
About, I'd say a year.
A year? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Now try and explain what it is. I mean, it's a sport, right?
It is a sport. It's very brutal. Let's put it that way. It's just awesome. But in a jam, like each jam is 2 minutes. And that's kind of like a section, like the game's mostly...
A jam is like a period of the game. Like if it were basketball, it'd be a period.
Yeah, there's 2 half-hour periods, and then you have like a halftime in the middle of the half hours. And in each period, there's a jam, and it's 2 minutes.
Like it's usually girls, right? Always?
Oh, it's all girls, yes.
Yeah, and they go around in a circle, and one has to, like, well, yeah, you're about to do it. But it's pretty much girls knocking each other down, skating in a circle, right? And they get serious injuries.
So you'll have a pack, and that's 4 girls from each team, and they make the pack. And then you'll have the jammers, which score the points, and that's 1 girl from each team. And you'll be able to tell them because they wear, they're called panties, and they're slips that you put over your helmet, and they have stars on each side. Yeah,
you could pass that off, right? Can't you, in the middle of the game, pass the star?
You can only pass it to the pivot, and the pivot will wear a panty that has a stripe down the middle. It's called a star pass.
Why is it called a panty?
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a girly thing to say. I have no idea.
When Sarah was here earlier, she was talking about how it was in the 70s, I never read this, but she was saying in the 70s it was more like just like like dolled up girls and
Oh yeah, it's more like for show, like planned out, and then they have them fight. But now it's, I mean, actually a legitimate sport that's taken pretty seriously.
Yeah, I heard that it's in consideration for the Olympics coming up.
Oh God, I hope so. I mean, it's pretty like, a lot of people I know that come to the games have never seen it. You just get so into it without even really kind of knowing what's going on. It's just a really fun sport.
I thought it was crazy that the Wikipedia page actually said that it's, it goes hand in hand with just like diversity, and
I find it very empowering, and it's also about sisterhood too. Like, you can be on, like I could go to, say if I was traveling just for fun or business, I could find a team in another state, and I could be like, hey, can I come practice with you guys? And they'd be like, sure, and you can go and wherever you are and learn different things from different teams, and everyone's really cool and friendly, and it's almost like a culture, like a family thing.
Why'd you start doing it? Like, how'd you find that?
Well, we had actually the team in Columbus has been doing it for almost 2 to 3 years, the Diesel Dollz, and my mom worked with a girl that was on the team, and she kept telling me, come check it out, you're perfect for it, I know you can do it. Her name's Fruit Bat, that's her derby name. And so I went and checked it out, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I've never roller skated. And I don't know, I just ended up going just for, like, they had a booty camp, which was for fresh meat. That's what they call the freshies.
Fresh meat, fresh fish. No.
Yes.
Oh.
And so I ended up just getting into it, and I love it.
I mean, you get seriously injured, though, doing this. Like, I mean, it's not...
Yes.
It's not a bunch of pretty girls skating around.
No, we've had girls break their tailbones. We've had one girl from a team we were playing broke her leg in 3 places. We've had fractures, head injuries, black eyes. I know I've had my fair share of rink rash, which is the worst.
What is that, like just like a rug burn, or just like...
Yeah, that's why we wear the tights. You always see them wearing tights, is because it kind of gives you a little more track. Like, so if you fall, kind of, if they're good tights, then you won't really... Mine rip all the time, though. I'm just fleshy. So
how many teams have you been on? I thought that you were on a team here in Indianapolis.
No. I've just been on the Diesel Dollz.
Wow.
Which it's off-season now. The season's done. And I just got a new job, so I don't know when I'll be able to go back, but I'm hoping to soon.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
So you're at
very therapeutic.
Yeah. I bet it is. I mean, just doing this podcast alone to me is therapeutic. Just getting out and hanging out with like-minded people.
Yeah, I just like to beat bitches down, too.
So what's the, have you ever caused serious injury to somebody?
I'd like to think so. I mean,
do you feel bad about it?
Like one of the tiniest on the team, but I've got some pretty hard hits, and I've never broken anyone or anything like that, but I'm hoping to one day.
You're not trying to, though, right? Isn't that...
No, I mean, well, it's not that I'm trying to. I'm trying to be as rough as I can, but I'm not trying to, really injure anyone.
You are pretty petite, so I imagine that no one's probably afraid of you when you're...
Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm a whole other person when I get on the derby track. It's like a whole... It's kind of scary.
What are you, what do they call it? The score person? What do they call it?
Jammer.
Jammer. Yeah. You're the jammer?
I'm a jammer, but I block too. So I kind of try and do everything.
I think it's weird. I don't watch sports, but roller derby sounds really fun to me. And I don't know if that's...
Yeah, if you live in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
You should definitely go check out the Naptown Roller Girls, because they are serious.
Yeah,
serious.
I've been invited many times, and I see they're playing, and I've run into them at bars and stuff, but I've never actually gone and seen do you call it a jam, or do you just call it a show? A bout. Yeah,
they're called bouts.
I could have made a really bad pun there, but I chose not to. Have you ever gotten any injuries to your vagina or anything like that? Because guys wear cups, so do you have to wear any protective?
I have had, you can get padded shorts, but to me that's just pussy. So
pussy.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
like lame.
That's what we're talking about. Have you ever damaged your pussy? That's what I'm asking.
I have actually twice.
Oh my God.
Twice.
This is in the ring though, right? On the ring.
This was a practice. It wasn't even really at a bout, thank goodness, because I would have been embarrassed. But yeah, one time I was practicing and I was just skating around. I don't even think we were really doing anything, kind of warming up. And I think a girl was slower, like kind of slowed in front of me, and I was trying to go around, and my foot had just slipped out, and I pretty much did the splits. Because, like, wheels, you can't really sometimes control it. So, yeah, I did the splits and pulled my groin.
Oh, Jesus.
It's actually still not right, and that was a couple months ago. It's still, like, sometimes it'll just, like, I'll stretch wrong or move wrong, and it'll hurt. Like, I didn't even know a girl could pull their groin.
Yeah, like, you mean, like, I've only experienced that a couple times. I don't even know if I would call it pulling my groin, but... Well,
it's like, it's where the thigh meets the junk, the good.
The good.
Like right. It's like right where that's at. Like right where they both meet.
I'm naturally like just like touching myself, trying to feel that position, you know, like trying to find out what
like
is she talking about.
Of your crotch.
Yeah, I guess the taint, maybe not the taint, but like
no, not the taint.
No, that's just maybe a half inch to the right, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. Your junk's different than our junk, so.
That's why we wear cups, but so you can't do anything. Well, I mean, I guess a cup wouldn't protect.
No, hell no, that wouldn't protect. That was just like a stretch tube gone bad. Stretch gone bad.
And you've done that twice?
Well, no, I've done that one time, and then the second time, I always have the habit of wheel locking myself, where you get a wheel in between your other wheels and you fall forward. Well, I had wheel locked someone else and fallen right on the skate, right on the wheel.
Like on your wheel or their wheel?
On their wheel.
Oh, so you mounted some other girl's wheel?
Yeah, just right up there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty. I don't know which one was worse, to be honest.
I think the latter. I think that mounting somebody else's wheel unintentionally is probably worse than
just right up there. It's smarted. You could say that.
Smarted.
Yeah, it's smarted.
What is this? Leave it to Beaver?
Yeah.
No pun intended on that
one. Right. But there's been a lot of, just crazy. One time I went to take a hit on a girl, and something happened. She fell, and I ended up falling on her head, and she got a black eye. Like, just crazy.
Yeah, I've seen, I noticed a lot of... Do you guys have a website that we can go to check out injuries and wounds and x-rays and stuff?
I don't know if there's x-rays or wounds, but we do have a website, and I'm actually going to suggest that because that would be awesome. But they're like little badges of honor, pretty much. But yeah, it's terrorzoftinytowns.com, and there's also a Facebook page, and it's the same thing.
Terrorzoftinytowns.com.
Yeah, and Terrorz has a Z on the end.
Oh God, that's important to know. Terrorz with a Z of tinytowns.com.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And they have the schedule for the games, and they have all the pictures of the team. And
do you guys just play in Columbus, or do you travel around?
Yeah, we have our home games in Columbus at Skateland, but yeah, we travel around. We've been to Cincinnati and Richmond, Bloomington. We play Bloomington a lot.
Why does roller derby naturally make me think of artistic, like that whole DIY do it yourself concept usually comes.
Well, it kind of is. It's kind of really just like the Misfits or punk rock chicks. A lot of really cool artsy chicks, and even a lot of our team has a lot of middle-aged moms, and stuff like that.
I was reading that. So, that's something that women do to get out of the house. They say that a lot of house moms will just come out, school teachers, and it's really a real diverse group of players on the team.
It is. It's a real accepting environment. Like me, I'm crazy. I paint my face all the time. I'm always wearing fangs and stuff, and everyone just loves it. And then we have some Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons on our team too. So it's we all kind of get a different perspective from everywhere.
You have Jehovah's Witnesses on your team?
Yeah, or I think Mormons. I know we have some kind of religious people on the team, which really surprised me because I wouldn't expect that. And then we have like, middle-aged moms, and then we have like punk rock, me crazy, and like punk rock. It's all kinds of girls.
So what's your name? What's your roller derby name?
I'm Paris Papercut.
Oh, so that is what you go by.
Yes, Papercut because they're tiny, but they hurt like a motherfucker. So it's perfect.
So John was saying something about you being in a book?
Yeah. There's a girl, her name's Kirsten O'Neill, and she's making a book, and it's called The Rapture of Woman.
Nice.
And it's pretty much just like pictures of women, like pregnancy, women parts. You can do nudity if you want. And I did more of a dominatrix type shoot, and it was probably the most fun I've ever had in my life. But yeah, I thought it was going to be like an art project, but I guess it's going to be an actual book published, like sold in bookstores.
Really? Do you know a publisher name?
Yeah.
Do you know who's publishing it?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know. I didn't actually. She didn't tell me that, but I have to sign like a consent form and everything. So
nice. So
she's really good. She's very talented.
What? So did you do nudie shots?
Nudie shots?
Yeah, you got some bosoms or some cats. What you call it?
No, I didn't do any nudie shots, but I did like lingerie, corsets. I had really cool masks and like a horse whip, and it was very like dominatrix, very woman. I did the more edgy shoot, I thought. So
nice.
It was really fun.
Have you done anything like that before? Like, how did that make you feel? Is that fun?
I've never done anything where I'm actually going to be, like, I've done it for fun. Like, I like making costumes, dressing up, taking pictures. But I've never done, like, we actually did it in, like, the Ivy Tech studio, and there was, like, big lights, and I felt like a friggin', like, movie star. It was so fun.
Yeah, you got a good look. Like, that's one thing I noticed about you, like, just from your pictures, like your personality, it seems like you kind of downplay. You go for, like, a tomboyish thing, but when you doll up, like, you look really hot,
I get that all the time, actually. People are like, I don't even recognize you. All it takes is a little red lipstick, and I'm good to go.
So
I think, honestly, I have, like, multiple personalities, almost. It's like I'll get up one day and I want to be like an Indian, so I'll dress like an Indian. Or I'll get up one day and I want to wear demon horns, or I want to, like, look more boyish, or I want to be like a movie star from the 50s. Like, I don't know, it just changes all the time.
I've been trying to figure out what exactly that is, because I've noticed that people, like, when they see me after years, like, I didn't even recognize you. You look completely different. And, like, what? And then, the person who's saying this to me looks the same way they did 10 years ago. So I don't know what that says about people's personalities, who just constantly, their look never looks the same, like their face, their haircut, their facial hair, like their glasses, their clothes, like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is that, do you think we're psychotic?
No, I think it's just, I don't know. Maybe we have too much imagination. We don't want to be just one thing. Like, I constantly change my hair, my look. I think it just depends on what mood I am in when I wake up.
Were you in a movie?
Movie?
Yeah, John said something about you being in a movie. So to ask you about the movie.
I don't think so. Well, my friend was talking about he wants to do a zombie movie. And he was going to have roller derby zombie girls.
I hate zombie movies. Stay away from that. I fucking hate them.
Zombie movies? You hate zombie movies?
Oh, God. I despise them.
Well, that's because they're all, like, overplayed now. And
I've never liked them.
Almost too much zombie.
I like a good romantic comedy. I swear to God.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I really wouldn't expect that from you. That's interesting. Get a little tender soul in there.
We got a Dawson's Creek segment on our show every week.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Do you watch Dawson's Creek?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Dawson's Creek. I was more into Buffy myself, but.
Really? Okay, so you're aligned then. If you liked Buffy, then you're in line with Dawson's Creek.
Oh, okay. Buffy had its romantic parts, but she kicked ass. She wasn't whiny or dramatic. Well, I mean, dramatic, yeah, but who isn't dramatic? I
always heard that Buffy was Dawson's Creek with vampires. That's what everybody says to me.
They are lying.
Everybody. My sister's obsessed with it.
Like Xena, but not as cheesy.
Huh?
Hello?
Yeah, my computer died, so I just wanted to call you back for 2 seconds, and thank you for appearing on the show, and thanks for sharing some stories with us.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me. That was awesome.
All right, that's really all I wanted. I just wanted to put a proper end to this thing without it just cutting off.
Coming off toolish.
Yeah, I wanted my listeners to know what exactly happened there, and I'm out in the garage here. Got it all set up and did not plug the power supply in, so I had to go run upstairs and find the damn thing. But
thanks for being a gentleman and saying goodbye.
Yeah, you got to have a proper end to these things, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was great. So anytime you ever just want to talk.
Yeah, I've got your number.
Yep.
Wait, did you mean on the air or off the air?
Oh, well, whatever.
All right, have a good night. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. All right, that was Paris Papercut from the Tiny Town Terrorz, or Terrorz in Tiny Towns. Jesus Christ, I totally forgot the name of it already. But it's recorded, it's documented. There's a website. What time is it? Let's put an end to this properly. It is 2:59 a.m. It's 3 a.m. You're listening to The Chris Break Show. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.